wanna be ready when the hurt comes my way. I wanna be ready when the hurt comes my way.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Call Allah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Barakatah, Wal Barakatah to the elect and 1/3 of the children of Israel. Double honors to the teachers and the head apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim who are pushing out this work with true sincerity. Also, Barakatah to the Akwafim who are listening as well. This is Providence in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. My name is Brother Danielle. I'm by my side.
Brother Ashar.
All right, and tonight's class will be lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. All right, and that was one of the most biggest sacrifices that we did for us to obtain this truth, man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We are in the world we wanted to be many things. We wanted to be a football player. We wanted to be a rapper. We wanted to have a successful business. You know what I'm saying? We wanted a big house with 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? Have a very successful career. You know what I'm saying? We wanted all these things to fulfill our fantasies here in America. But the Lord had a different route in store for us, a better one. All right, a better one, and only a few can,
really understand and see.
Exactly. So
not all can.
He only chose a few, those who have faith. You know what I'm saying? Those who had faith since the beginning. So the Lord got you out of this world to come serve Him, so He can give you the first fruits of the kingdom, man. All right, Yahweh Tazah, that that you are part of the hopeful elect, man. The 144,000 men of Israel, and including the women and children of the 1/3. All right, which is also the remnant. So the Lord wanted us to forsake everything on this side to gain everything on the other side, which is the everlasting kingdom. Okay, so and He also said not to lay up anything here on earth, because what? It's going to pass away very soon. Everything here on earth that we see, especially here in the land of our captivity, which is Babylon the Great. All right, everything that you see, is going to be on fire very soon, man. Within our lifetime, everything's going to be wiped away. The elements shall burn with fervent heat, according to 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. So everything's going to be gone. Everything you build here, all the time and effort that you built here on earth is going to be gone. All the hard laborious work done under the sun, it's all going to be gone.
Come on, I got a precept for that.
And then we'll go back to Matthew 6.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes in, with everything on this side is going to be destroyed, all right? On the day of wrath, all right? When the Most High comes and judges this place, okay? With a lot of nuclear missiles, it's going to come down and burn with fire and brimstone. It says, but righteousness delivereth from death. So that means, the ones that get this true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and walk in the way, all right, of the law, statutes, and commandments, they're going to be walking in that righteous way, all right? They want to become righteous. And the only way you can become righteous is only through the way, which is also Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
According to John chapter 14, verse 6, He's the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father but by Him. So the only way you can get this true, proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is through these scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
It's through the Word. All right. So that's what the elect is, and also the 1/3, which is women and children, consists mainly of, other than the 144,000 prophets. Those are all the 1/3 of the Israel on this side that's going to be delivered. All right.
That's right.
And that's what we're looking for. Okay. But before, that day comes, the day of wrath comes, we're going to have to show you the way to walk therein. All right.
That's right.
So Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal." And that's a way that, we're supposed to walk. We're not supposed to sit there and be trying to have gain on this side, trying to have dreams on this side.
That's
all right.
right.
This is a spiritual way of looking at things now. We got this proper wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the 100% truth of these scriptures, and we're supposed to get spiritual gain now, all right? And the spiritual gain will go into the next verse. It says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and nor steal."
That's right.
All right? And it says, "Lay up yourselves treasures in heaven," all right? The kingdom of heaven that's soon to come. And think of the kingdom of heaven. It's going to have the law, statutes, and commandments still in place. All right, because the Most High is perfect in all His ways. All right, there's gonna be no thieves. There's not gonna be people stealing people's stuff and breaking into our own inheritance, our kingdoms, our houses. All right, when the nation of Israel is established, it's a people before it's a place. So right now we're trying to better ourselves and walk in the righteous way and become righteous, so that way we can be delivered, and then we go and be translated to that kingdom of heaven. All right. So we're giving up the things on this side because according to Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So this is a sinful kingdom. All right. And if you understand that this is a sinful kingdom, then that means that that the ways, all right, it's of sin over here, and the wages of sin is death. All right, but the gift of Yahweh Shai is everlasting life through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right, and that's why He's also the way. All right, and that's the way that you're supposed to follow in. So giving up things on this side, you'll gain a lot, 100-fold, even more on the spiritual side, which will eventually manifest. The word will manifest and become the kingdom of heaven that's soon to come. All right, and that's why it says, verse 20, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." And also I wanted to add that heaven will be a sense of rulership. All right. Right now we're in hell. Our people. We're suffering. We're oppressed. We're the poor. We're the so-called middle class. That's an illusion. They want you to make you be a happy slave here. All right. You work 9-to-5 jobs. You're not rich. You don't own businesses. And if you do, you have to pay all these taxes to who? To the Europe, or British, or whatever America, contributes, and wherever you get those taxes to, one of the presidents probably, his family. You're just helping out the so-called white man, which also pertains to Edomites, Edom. All right. So at the end of the day, no matter how high you get in this chain in America of ranking in your jobs, and all the money you get, you still have to pay taxes. So that shows you're still a slave at the end of the day.
No matter what, you see these celebrities, you see these popular, like just popular individuals, like popular, like public people, like you see them with nice cars, a beautiful house, you see them with all their, riches and stuff. They still got to pay taxes. And sometimes, most of the time, they're more slaves than you are. Because they're being controlled of the people above them. How much they spend, how much they do this and that, man. They're being controlled. Don't be fooled by those celebrities, man.
It's an illusion.
Yeah, man.
What I'm saying? I paid slave mainly.
You can get 21.
Verse 21 says, "For where your riches is."
For where what?
For where your treasure is. Salakia. For where your treasure is.
There you go.
There will your heart be also.
That's right.
And that your heart goes into your la'ab, all right?
Which is your mind.
And this is a perfect example of how to walk, okay? Getting rid of things in this carnal sense will clear up your mind. So that way you can meditate on the word and get proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and think of and put your mind, all right, on the kingdom that's soon to come. Because it says, for where your treasure is, all right? So if you're thinking of the carnal gain, that's where your mind's going to be, all right? If you're thinking of the spiritual gain, by getting rid of these carnal things, all right, you'll gain things in the spirit. It says, there will your heart be also. So that means you'll be meditating on this word in the proper understanding, all right?
That's right. All right. So the next precept
is Ecclesiastes 2:18.
There you go. Call all your Bashmi Ashai.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 18. It says, Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, but I should leave it.
Stop.
Come on.
Read it again. Start from the top.
Salakia, yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 18. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me.
Come on. So this is King Solomon speaking, man. All right. So he said, Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I shall leave it unto the man that shall be after me. And you don't know who's going to take it after you die. And you don't know, like, all the hard work you've been doing. And, imagine having a very powerful empire, all the riches, you had everything, your heart's desires, and you got to leave it for somebody, and you don't know who, and you have no idea who you're going to leave it to. All right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 19. And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool?
Con. And and who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? So you don't know who you're going to leave it to. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're going to give your inheritance to. Because imagine you have, multiple kids. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know who's the wise one and who's the foolish one. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how they're going to act when they get that inheritance. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, it's not wise for you to build here, especially in these last days. You know what I'm saying? In these last days, you shouldn't build anything that's, massive or anything. Because what? Eventually, it's going to be destroyed. Eventually, it's going to be looted, bombarded. All right? Go ahead.
Yet shall he have rule over all my labor, wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity.
And this is also vanity. So, you know what I'm saying? You could have been very wise and, and build, many companies and, just huge empires of all kinds, and you were super smart, but you don't know if that next person is smart or not. You know what I'm saying? If they're financially, like knowledgeable, and, if they know how to do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what kind of person that they are, or what they're going to be when they have that inheritance, or when that power is given unto them. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're going to be righteous or wicked, smart or not so smart. Okay? That is vanity. All right? So that is vanity. So be wise, man. Especially if the Lord gave you this truth. You know what I'm saying? Be wise. Be wise with it and have a balance. Because what? Let's grab Proverbs chapter 30, verse 7.
Come on, I'm there. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 7. It says, 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die.
So it's 2 things have I required of thee. This is the only 2 things that you should, ask the Lord, okay? Pretty much. The 2 simple things, to make your life simple as possible. Go ahead.
Verse 8, remove far from me vanity and lies. And Salakia, give me neither poverty nor riches.
There you go.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
So 1, remove far from me vanity and lies, which is the Lord is doing. He's giving us what? The truth. The truth is removing the vanity and lies. The Lord woke us up and got us out of the Christian churches, got us out from this wicked world, to give us the mysteries of the kingdom, to give us the milk and the meat of the scriptures, the correct, pure doctrine of the Bible. All right. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a pure book. And also it is a history book, our history as the Israelites. So the Lord removed far from me vanity and lies. So that is one request. And it says, give me neither poverty nor riches. So don't make me rich. So don't make me poor, and don't make me rich. and it says, feed me with food convenient for me. So feed me what's decent. You know what I'm saying? Feed me whatever that that's good for me. You know what I'm saying? We know that the bread is defiled in our captivity, but trying your best to eat something that's still good for you at the best of your ability. So it says, feed me with food convenient for me. But what? If you're too rich or too poor, this is what's going to happen. Verse 9.
Verse 9, this Proverbs chapter 30, verse 9, it says, "Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is Yahweh Shem Shai?"
See, if you were too rich, you know what I'm saying? If you were too rich, you would deny the
The Most High.
yeah, you would deny the Heavenly Father and the Son, and say who is the Lord, because you have everything. You said you got your security, you got everything, you got all that you ever wanted in your whole entire life.
So you wouldn't really be worrying about asking the Most High for things,
right?
And also that's going to Proverbs chapter 3 when it talks about in all thy ways acknowledge Him. So you want to be acknowledging Him when you wake up. You want to be acknowledging Him when you're eating and feasting. You want to be acknowledging Him when you have gotten everything that you needed. All right,
that's right. Everything that you need, not your wants. Because if you got everything that you wanted, you're gonna forget about the Lord. And let's be honest. If we were rich, you want to be considering the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
And an example too is when you was any of you guys that was following a dream here in America, would you think of the Most High when you was doing that?
No.
And if you wasn't, that just shows you that this is true, and that you shouldn't want to be blinded by any of these vanities, any of these gifts on this side
and lies.
All
right. And this is for the poor. It said,
this says for the poor. It says, or at least I be poor and steal, and take the name of Yahweh Shem Shai of my power in vain.
So look, if you're rich, you're gonna forget about the Lord. If you're poor, you're gonna start stealing. You're gonna start sinning, and then you're gonna curse against the Lord. If you're too poor. So what did he say in verse 8?
It says. This is on Proverbs 30, verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Give me neither poverty nor riches. So give me a place to sleep. Give me food to eat.
The needs,
your needs.
The necessities.
And to finish it off in verse 8.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Feed me with food convenient for me. So give me a bed to sleep on, roof over my head, and something to eat. And, so we be able to what? To do His will. All right. And that's what the Lord have given us. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the things that we should be praying for too as well, on a daily thing. And when you get them, what should you do? You should thank the Most High for providing you with those things. All right. So next precept. This Ecclesiasticus 11 verse 18.
And this is a scenario if you were rich. All right. If you were rich, this will happen to you. This will happen to you. This will happen to you. The water. This will happen to you if you become rich. This will be your mindset.
This Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 verse 18. There is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching.
The weariness and pinching. Pinching goes into stealing as well. All right, go ahead.
And this is the portion of his reward. Verse 19. Whereas he saith, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods. And yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. So so that person, that wasn't caring about the Most High, all right, died in his sins, all right, in his iniquity, you know what I'm saying? And also, what did he do? He just prepared food for the righteous man. So whereas he saith, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods. So he got very complacent. He got comfortable. He felt that security of being rich, all right, of this prosperity. He got super complacent. He felt good, so he's enjoying his goods.
All right. And it says, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must lead those things to others and die.
Gone.
And that's going to be a lot of people.
Gone.
All right. A lot of people are going to start stocking up on food. And then one day they're going to be in one city, and that city is going to be locked down, and they won't be able to come back to their house. You know what I'm saying? Who's that food going to be for? Who's that water going to be for?
It says to others, you know.
To others.
And that means the Most High will give it to who he will through his, you know, through his power. He's going to give it to who he would want to give it to.
Right. So imagine you building all these riches. Imagine you having a beautiful big house, and you got all these, you know, fancy gadgets and all that. Imagine you end up being stuck in another city or a state or even a different country. You know what I'm saying? Or you end up dying on an accident. Guess who you're gonna leave that for?
The one that been praying, you know, Proverbs 30:8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Right here, this is the key. Feed me with food convenient for me. So the ones that been praying to be fed of food convenient for them, for me, or for anybody that's been praying, guess what? The Most High will answer their prayers because he's far from the sinners. He's going to hear the righteous. Right? That's why a righteous man will be delivered, you know, and that will be delivered in the day of wrath.
That's right.
And that's what we're seeking to be. All right. And also it's written, pray without ceasing. So these are the things you should be praying for, you know. That's why Proverbs chapter 30 verse 7 says 2 things that I have required of thee. All right. It says, deny me them not before I die. So you don't want to be denied these things. And how would you be denied these things? Example was, you know, a person being, what's the word, complacent, you know.
That's right.
And being comfortable. All right. A person that's not acknowledging the Most High in all thy ways. All right. So they're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High set. Because these laws, this way is the way of life to live. Okay. And if you're not following this way, then guess what? You're going to be on the other side, the 2/3 lot. All right, of the nation of Israel, because these laws, statutes, and commandments was only given to all people, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So that goes with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And if you can't get that in your head, then guess what? You're filling the lot of the 2/3. It says, Hosea 4:6, for my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. So you're going to be rejected of these things if you need food convenient for me. All right. If you're asking him, he'll reject you. If you reject this knowledge, he's going to reject you.
That's right.
It's that simple.
Grab verse 21.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, and abide in thy labor.
That's right. For
it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
You want to break that down?
It says, it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. On the sudden to make a poor man rich. All right. So all of you that is wicked, all right, marvel not at the sinner, all right? All right? I'm talking about being wicked, all right? Being a sinner, all right? So going out there, rich, pinching, which also goes into what? Stealing, trying to be rich, all right? Trying to get all your money stashed up, all right? Trying to do wicked things to get money and be profitable, all right? In this wicked world that we already was explaining, this wicked earth, you know, right now it's wicked because Job 9:24. Because of that, the only way you can strive and live in America to be at that rank and a high rank, you have to do something wicked. All right.
You gotta be a really good slave, or you gotta do something wicked.
Yeah, come on. That's why Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 verse 21 says, marvel not at the works of the sinners. So marvel not at these rappers. Marvel not at the anybody that's doing, you know, wicked things, you know, in Hollywood, you know, when they're making covenants with the wicked. All right. You know, doing things contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Not following the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, but trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. So instead of trusting in this place, America, all right, this wicked place, you're going to put your trust in the Most High. It says, and abide in thy labor, all right, for it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai on the sudden to make a poor man rich. So don't marvel at the other people. Stay in your lot. All right. Keep pursuing the kingdom of heaven, where your treasure is. That's where your heart will be. All right. So stay pursuing, you know, the righteous path.
And I got precept.
Come
Sirach chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. All right. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
on.
All right. So don't envy and don't envy the glory of a sinner, man. Envy not the glory of a sinner. All right. Don't be jealous because they're being loved by the world, and they're making all this money, they're driving a nice car. You know what I'm saying? They're over there being wicked and they're doing whatever that they want. Don't envy that, man, because the end, man, is gonna be gruesome.
Riches profit nothing in the day of wrath.
That's right. It's not gonna save them, man. All right.
So continue doing what you're supposed to be doing, following that way.
That's right. So make your life simple as possible. Desire those two things that we just mentioned in Proverbs chapter 30, 7 through 9. All right.
Pray for the things that you need, not what you want.
Yes, you should pray for the things in the spirit.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord already know what you want. He knows that you're hungry. He knows that you need your bills paid. You know what I'm saying? He might give you, you know what I'm saying? If you're working at a place and you need more hours, he's going to give you more hours. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do whatever that's good in his eyes. Because the Lord, he is righteous. You know what I'm saying? And we are wretched men. All right? Like, can you jump to verse 14, and then we're going to end it on 2 Timothy, unless you got more precepts.
We got it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 14, it says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
That's right.
So he has the power to control your destiny.
The balance. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, and a just way is his delight. All right. So he controls who's poor and who's rich. He controls life and death. He controls your good days and your bad days.
Prosperity and adversity.
That's right.
Controls that.
He controls that.
That's why an example was Job. When Job lost all his things, his precious things that he had. All right, he didn't sit there and curse the Most High. All right, he stayed. He kept his composure. Every time he was tested, he kept his composure. So when the Most High, because he understood that the Most High has the power to put him in that adversity. All right, even his own wife, told him to curse the Most High and allow everything to be back to normal. That's not how it works. All right, and no sin left the mouth of Job. Because he knew that it was in the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and all thy ways acknowledge him. All right? Job knew this.
I found a precept before we end on 2 Timothy chapter 2. So this is what Peter asked Yahweh Shai. All right? Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So, the disciples, was wondering what Peter asked that question first. He's like, hey, so we forsake everything here on earth, because sooner or later, all that we have now, we're going to have to forsake it. But the Lord, he will still look after us, and he will still provide for us. Remember those two things, all right? In Proverbs chapter 30. So verse 28, and Yahweh said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's the reward of those who forsake everything on this side. All right, according to 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. All right, and also not being conformed to the world. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. All right, you completely forsaken this world to serve the Lord. All right, to serve the Lord and be pleasing to his sight, fulfilling the Father's will. All right, you know what I'm saying, and following after Yahweh Shai, according to John chapter 14, verse 6. All right, verse 29. This is the part that the majority of the world is going to fold at. All right, so that's why we tell you, make your life simple, because sooner or later, sooner or later, we're gonna have to forsake everything, and we got to be pilgrims on earth very soon. All right. Ever seen that movie, The Book of Eli? He was a wanderer. You know what I'm saying? But he had a mission from the Lord. All right. But that movie is a perfect example that we're going to be on foot with a backpack on, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be traveling. The Lord's going to take care of us. Verse 29, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. All right. So that's why, you know, us brothers try to tell you, don't build anything here on earth that's so massive, or you're trying to make it as a a rapper or some sort of celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it, because everything here is going to be destroyed very soon by thermonuclear fire, which is the lake of fire. Okay. All right. So in the verse 30, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So what? Those who are forsaking the world now, we are last. And the ones who are trying to chase after their dreams to try to build here on earth, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So you're going to be last in the kingdom if you do not consider the Lord. And those who forsaking their life now, they're going to be first in the kingdom forever. All right. All right, go ahead.
Con, I wanted to add Job 1 and 21.
Go
all
ahead.
right, it says, and said, this is Job speaking, it says, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither.
Con.
And this is the point. It says, Yahweh Shem Shai gave, and Yahweh Shem Shai has taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. So no matter if he gives you things, you know, and you rejoice and say, blessed be the name of Yahweh Shem Shai for the things you get, all right? You should also bless the name of Yahweh Shem Shai when he taketh away. Job shows you a perfect example. He did that, all right? And he even gave you an example of naked he came out of his mother's womb, all right? So he didn't have nothing. So that means everything that you got up all the way to this point should be easy for you to forsake, because you have to understand the Most High gave you those things. And sometimes it can be a test if you're going to be able to forsake it or not for his name's sake. You know what I'm saying? And that way you can receive 100-fold in the kingdom. Or you're going to follow in your sin and your mischief and your folly, you know what I'm saying? And just go after the vanity. You want vanity to be removed from you, all right? And lies also, all right? So the things that was given to you, you know, through the Most High, it says Yahweh Shem Shai gave, and Yahweh Shem Shai has taken away, all right? So you should have that proper understanding.
That's right.
And that's why 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach. All right.
So therefore endure hardness. So when you do these things, you're enduring the hardness. So like the hardness. So when when you're in the process of forsaking things of this world, that's when you're enduring the hardness. That is the process now. You're forsaking people who are not for the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? You stop celebrating these holidays. You stop smoking weed. You're cutting off your dreads. You know what I'm saying? You know, which is a heathen custom. All right. You're not hanging out with the same people that used to hang out when you were in the world, because they choose not to be different for the Lord. Like they choose not to be righteous, man. You know, family members, you know, etc., man. You know, and even losing your woman. All right. You forsaking these things. Now you're in the process of enduring hardness for Yahweh Shai, man. Okay.
And also you're doing sacrifices, all right?
That's right.
When you're getting rid of these things on the carnal side, you're doing sacrifices. I wanted to add this one scripture. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh Shem Shai, and that the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai dwelleth in you? Don't you know that you are the temple of Yahweh Shem Shai? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? If you are Israelite, you have the temple, all right? You have that spirit dwelling in you, all right? And this is why when you sacrifice things in this life that you're living in right now, you're going to gain it 100-fold in the kingdom to come, okay? That's why you bring things to the altar and sacrificing things, all right? When you're fasting, all right? And not eating and not drinking, you're sacrificing the food that you could have been eating that day. All right. When you're sacrificing the affairs in this life, which we're about to get into, when you're sacrificing anything for Yahweh Shem Yahshua's name's sake, man, for his name, man. If your family, you have to forsake, okay? That's sacrificing. That's getting rid of them out of your life, all right? If it's your time, you're sacrificing your time, all right? To seek the face of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to get this proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the goal. Now, if you're not thinking of sacrificing it for the Most High, then what are you sacrificing for?
That's right.
The white man, the so-called white man, you know what I'm saying? You're busting your behind to get rich here, all right? When if you do that, if we already said your judgment for that, man, you're just building it up for somebody else.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And we're gonna go into understanding the like to not get entangled in this world, all right? Not get caught up and get mixed up, you know, and having feelings for things in this world. Let it go. Job let it all. When it was let all go from Job, he still said, bless the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
And all the prophets, man. That dwell upon the earth, man. All the prophets and all the warriors.
He was an example. He was just an example, you know what I'm saying? To bring out so you could study your forefathers and understand how they, you know, took adversity. And that's how you should be taking it, you know, as a warrior for Yahweh Mashiach.
That's right.
2 Timothy, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, therefore, Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just like your forefathers, you know, was warriors. That's how we should be also in the flesh right now. Verse 4 says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Okay? And the affairs of this life can be your bills, it can be your woman, it can be your car, it can be anything, games, 2K, whatever it is, all right, that takes up your time or that is in your mind. Because it says where your treasures is, so will your heart be also. All right, your mind, your la'ab, all right? So if you're entangling your mind and your la'ab with these things, stressing out over the bills, stressing out over something to eat the next day, stressing out over your woman, if your woman loves you or not. You know, you're not even following the proper order anyways. If you're worrying about what your woman thinks of you, you're not even following, you're the head of her. So she should be worried about what you command her to be or to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And also when it comes to the bills, you know, you shouldn't be stressing over these things. The only way you should be stressing is if you're not doing enough for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And it says that he cannot be exalted enough anyways. So if you're stressing over that and you're trying to please him as much as you can, then you should like when you face adversity, all right? You should like when you're getting persecuted for righteousness' sake. You should like when you have to go through things for his name's sake, when you have to forsake things for his name's sake. Those are the things that you should feel good about and rejoice to the Most High about, all right? And that's the affairs. It says, let me read it back. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4 says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, all right? That he may please him who has chosen him to be a good soldier. There you go. So if you are getting persecuted for righteousness' sake, you're pleasing the Most High. All right. If you're sitting there having to forsake things for his name's sake, you're pleasing the Most High. All right. If you're sitting there doing the things that you're commanded to do, all right, going out on the highways and byways, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, you're pleasing the Most High.
That's right.
You're following the law, statutes, and commandments.
And you keeping your life simple of those two things, man. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. You're making your life simple. You're not meddled with many matters. You're not meaning you are not having problem after problem after problem after problem. You're not getting yourself into these scenarios of multiple problems. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping your life simple as possible. Zero drama. You feel me? And the only drama that you should be going through is what is your afflictions. And that's the only drama you should have. If you're adding more drama to top of your afflictions, you're only killing yourself. All right?
And also, the Most High's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right? So he's seeing everything. So everything that you do, if you do it for his name's sake, you should be rejoicing. All right? The Most High is watching. So do what you can to please the Most High.
That's right. All right. You got any more precepts or we going to?
That's all.
All right. So we're going to end it on that. I hope this class was edifying to the elect. Call Allah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Till next time, we say Shalom.
Shalom.